Is the superpower. The Real Raw is the experiential marketing disruption of the decade, maybe even since Google AdWords came out. It's not Shark Tank. It's not a business speed dating. It's not March Madness, nor a networking event. It's not a coaching session, and it's not Facebook or Amazon. And it's not the best of all those things. It gives people the opportunity for a microphone and a stage to form ecosystems and make more money in less time with more magic, all with the use of the formula, which was curated by Sean Callaghy, who, Bella, is going to play that part today. What is happening? Give me some update, and then I can share who all these amazing folks are.
I'm sharing who they are?
No, I'm saying, okay, so I was saying,
what just happened?
Are you taking, who is the role player of Sean today?
I am the role player and I'm Sean today. I'm doing all the things.
That's what
this is what happens when you like innovate on the spot, because literally they just came and got him and we're like, you know what? This is what it's going to look like today. And this is what innovation looks like. So I am super excited, and we're going to just roll with the punches.
Perfect.
I think there's no accident that I did my first magic trick last week. So here we go.
Can you do it again? Bella, do the trick again.
Oh, it's happening. It's going to happen, Barry. It's going to happen. Don't you worry, my friend.
By the way, Bella.
It's happening here today.
Bella is so well named. Bella, look at her name. Bella Verità. Verità means true, and Bella means beautiful. Hello, is that not true? Look how beautiful.
That is true. I will share a fun fact with you about that very soon, Barry.
We're gonna share who all of you amazing people are. So first, our first contestant.
Let's kick this off.
Package with the cute smiley.
Yes, we are kicking it off, and our first contestant is Jeremy Tissot. He's a trial lawyer for the people. He represents victims and those otherwise unspoken for against large companies in the world, as he came from the other side of the fence, having been trying cases in his mid-20s at one of the largest corporate defense firms, where he became the firm's youngest partner ever. Then a little over a decade ago, Jeremy founded Tissot Law Firm, a plaintiff's only firm in LA. He is a regularly requested event and legal commentator and event speaker for major media and the largest legal teaching platforms in the country. He serves the neediest in in the inner LA community through his active involvement with the LA Trial Lawyers Charities, where just this weekend they delivered over 500 toy and gift bags to families in LA. His passion lies as a justice warrior, helping the most in need clients through these deeply challenging COVID-era times and in mentoring other lawyers to be their best. Welcome, Jeremy. Thank you for all that you do.
So much.
Welcome to the show, Jeremy.
I am very happy to be here. I appreciate the invitation. This is exciting to me. I came at this from the perspective of not only trying to learn, but trying to help others. And I'm in a period of time where this is what really motivates me and is my passion. So thank you for having me. I continue to learn, and hopefully I can help others also.
Absolutely. And so how did you end up on the Real Raw?
Well, I think that it's hard to try and make that timeline. I was at Tony Robbins' birthday party, which was an amazing event at the LA Live. And then I went to an Unblinded Movement event the next day where I met Sean Joseph McClendon. So it's all flowing from there. And that was our last live event that anybody really did, right? So it's kind of all tied to that. And now here we are now. What is it, 9 months later?
So now how fun is it for you that like you're connected through the Tony Robbins world? That's how you're here. And like we're at the studio and like Sean's going live on Tony Robbins stage. Like how fun is that for you?
I love that connection, right?
Isn't that so cool?
I had no idea about that, but it's like there are so many reasons why this kind of all connects to each other, because I was thinking about how that was the last time we were actually together in person when I went to that first Unblinded Movement event right after Tony's birthday. And now I'm kind of like back almost at the end of the year here, back, it kind of comes full circle, right?
Yes, that is amazing. So Jeremy, tell us a fun fact about you.
Okay, I don't know if it's fun, but it's timely, I guess, is that I've always been, especially when I was in the kind of corporate world and not the lawyer for the people, that I was always kind of like the most clean cut guy and sort of like real corporate world. And recently, I went to go, we're in this era now where it's like you can kind of work anywhere. In my business, that's very strange because we're very kind of restricted by courtrooms and things like that. So I went to Wyoming and I sort of became a cowboy. I grew a beard. I'd never grown a beard. And then I came back and people said I should keep it. And now I wear a cowboy hat occasionally. And I've realized I can work anywhere in the wilderness except when I have to come back to go to court.
How freaking fun is that? That is so awesome. Well, welcome, Jeremy. We're so glad that you're here and super fun connection with the Tony Robbins world. So thank you so much for being here. Gina, who do we have next?
All right. Next up, we have Judith Cruz, our next contestant. She's a native New Yorker. Judith relocated to the Sunshine State 14 years ago in pursuit of a sunshine-filled life. She was an investor relations account manager for a Fortune 500 firm in Manhattan. In the Manhattan location for over 12 years. She moved to Florida and found her passion for luxury media. Currently the president of Natural Cure, an Ayurvedic hair care and skincare company, also principal at JCB Media Productions, a digital media and marketing firm in Sunny Beach, Florida. She's passionate about guiding others to tap into their inner genius and access their entrepreneurial spark. Welcome, Judith. I'm glad we got you all figured out. I was totally glad you're here. Finally. I didn't realize the other number was yours, so we're good. We can hear you now. I'm so happy.
Awesome.
Judith.
I'm so excited. Thank you for having me. This is a very exciting opportunity to meet, other energetic beacons I can see from afar. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity.
Yes, welcome. Now, where in Florida are you?
I'm in Wellington, Florida. It's basically they call it the capital of polo.
Okay.
Between January and April every year. This year is a little different. We're not sure what that's going to look like. So, we're just.
So now how far from West Palm Beach is that?
That is about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on traffic, to go to downtown West Palm and
so
into Palm Beach. We're exactly 10 miles from Palm Beach, actually.
This is so cool. Like, we got Tony people, we got Florida people. Like, this is so awesome that this was like all coming together. Judith, thank you so much for being here. So share with us a fun fact.
Fun fact. We are called bad vacationers because we just do not follow instructions on.
Now, when you say who is we?
My husband and I.
Okay.
So we're basically considered the bad vacationers, the ones everyone's looking at because they're, doing their own thing. So that's basically a fun fact. We just do not follow directions when we're traveling.
Welcome to my world, my friend. Welcome to my world.
Okay.
I don't follow rules anywhere. It's no fun follow. Rules are made to be broken, right?
Exactly.
Nice.
So that's basically a fun fact about me.
I love it. Well, welcome, Judith. Thank you for being here. And Gina, we have some judges here today.
We have some outstanding judges. First up, the Mr. Sunshine, it seems like Barry Shore. He is the ambassador of joy. 2+ million podcast downloads in 19 months. Holy moly. Founder of the Keep Smiling movement with over 2 million cards distributed worldwide for free. Love it. Love it. Love it. He came in here singing Bella, Mr. Barry Shore.
I love it. Welcome, Barry. You seem to have a very, very dull and boring personality that's probably going to put us all to sleep today. You're on mute, love. So you're already putting us to sleep because you're on mute. We can't even hear you. You're so excited we can't hear you, Barry.
We can't hear you, Barry.
Barry, turn your mute off.
Uncharacteristically, I muted myself. Ah! Now I'm unmuted. I'm unblinded. I can see. Amazing grace. How sweet the sound. Yes, Bella, what can I do to help you?
Well, Barry, so you seem to be a pretty fun guy. So tell us something that's like, oh my God, we would hardly even believe that about you.
Okay, everybody.
Maybe tell us something boring about you.
Okay, nobody's gonna believe what I'm about to tell you because your eyes will deceive you. Do you see my arms moving? Do you see my body moving? Do you see my head moving?
Yes.
Well, guess what? September 17th, 2004, standing up in the morning just like everybody here. That evening, I was in the hospital, paralyzed from my neck down.
What?
Yes, Jeremy, I became what's called a quadriplegic in a matter of hours, not from a car accident, not from a spinal injury, a rare disease that took over my body, rendered me a quadriplegic. I was in the hospital 144 days. I was in a hospital bed in my own home for 2 years. I couldn't turn over by myself. I was in a wheelchair 4 years. See my hands, I have them, but they don't look like yours. I had braces on both my legs, my hips to my ankles, and that was progress. Today, thank God, I'm vertical and ambulatory, albeit with the help of a 6.5-foot walking wand. I look like Moses. Wow. And I'm a tripod. I still can't walk up a stair by myself or a curb, and I've helped 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. How's that? Now, by the way, I can't sit up from this chair. I can do this all day, but I'm not going to get up. So from the waist down, which you can't see, I'm naked. No, I'm not, but basically paralyzed. Wow. So that's amazing, isn't it? And through it all, am I positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant? Yes, because of one word. What's that word? Smile. I love words. I love acronyms. Jeremy, you are a scrivener. You understand all these things, as everybody here. SMILE is an acronym. I love working with acronyms. I'll give you some for Real Raw. I thought of them just before going on. SMILE stands for Seeing Miracles in Life Every Day.
I love that.
I love that.
Now, Barry, how did you end up on the Real Raw? I'm curious.
Well, it didn't end.
You seem Phil Rashawn.
This is the beginning.
Is this your first time?
This is my first time as a judge. I was a contestant.
Okay.
And Sean, we have mutual friends. He asked to be on my podcast and I interviewed him. Again, you're right. Thank God in 19 months, we have over 2 million downloads. Over 300,000 people listen to my podcast every week. I do one on Mondays. I do one on Tuesdays. And if anybody here is really cool, maybe you'll be on my podcast. Woo! Yes. We can have a lot of fun. And by the way, I do use the FU word and I'm going to use it throughout the session. So get ready. But it's not the FU word you're thinking of. So you'll love this. At the end of the show, you're going to say, ah, where did you hear that? I listen to Barry Shore. That's why. Okay. What would you like to know, Barry. Bella?
Thank you so much for being here. Such an honor to have you.
You didn't tell them a fun fact.
Oh, I will. Don't worry. We'll get to me. All of you are way more important. Because Gina, we have a couple more judges we got to drop in with. Yes?
Go.
Yes, absolutely. We do. We have Chris Levy. He's an Army officer with 10 years of experience who is currently in grad school full-time. Chris is a wine marketer and a virtual experience specialist as he connects wine brands with new audiences and practices what he teaches in his own wine club, Chris's Wine Club, where he connects the winemaker with the wine consumer and helps wine lovers everywhere learn more about wine. That sounds delicious to me.
Christopher, welcome. I am so glad that you are here. Now, how did we first get connected? Because I know we've been connected through the media of social, but how did we get connected?
I think we have a mutual friend in Mason.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, and he'd been telling me about all these awesome people he'd been connecting with. I was like, I want to talk to those people, and you were one of them. And so, bada boom, bada bang, we became friends and got connected a few weeks ago.
Yeah, because Christopher happens to be involved with my favorite subject of all time, which is wine. So as soon as I found out that he was involved with wine, I was like, let's definitely be friends, because you cannot have too many friends in the wine business.
I never thought of you as a whiner. I thought you were just a bubbly personality, more champagne.
Bubble bean. I love it. So Christopher, tell us a fun fact about you.
Sure. So I was in Paris a few years ago for an event, and I got a tap on my shoulder, and I turned around, and it was Luke Wilson. And he asked me to take a picture of him and his girlfriend. And so I felt very much like the paparazzi when he asked me to do that. It was a nice moment we had there, kind of gazing into each other's eyes, and I saw the magic.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Awesome, Christopher. Well, thank you so much for being here and checking out the world of Unblinded. I'm super excited for you and what's possible for you through this world. So thank you so much for being here.
excited to be here. Looking forward to it.
All right, Gina, and we have
right.
one more amazing judge.
We do. And let me just say, Christopher, I had your name down as Chris, so my apologies. Please forgive me. I said Chris. If you go
I go by Chris. I go by Chris. That's
all of the above. Okay, excellent.
It's all fair game. Hey, you, Chris, Christopher. You know, we won't get into any other territory, but it's all fair game.
Yeah,
Got it.
Perfect.
All right,
I
Chris,
love it.
thank you.
We have our last outstanding judge here is Miss Michelle Echibaron. She created Uber for lawyers, and I'm gonna let you share a little bit more about who you are, if you don't mind, and your fun fact, because I'm so grateful that you just jumped in.
I got called in last minute. This is life happening, right? This is what it's, and what a fun group. Wow. I'll start where you left off, Uber for lawyers and their court appearances. We also offer freelance lawyer services. I started that company a little over 5.5 years ago. And now we serve over 7,500 lawyers across the country. I sit on the board of the Mexican American Bar Association Political Action Committee, where we aim to diversify the bench. I also I work as a mentor. I volunteer as a mentor for an organization that works with inner city kids in Los Angeles, which is the fulfilling part. I love that Chris here works in wine because I love wine. I love that Barry likes to smile because I like to smile.
Well, and we should definitely have Chris, sorry,
Jeremy
go ahead,
here forgot to mention what great friends we are.
So Michelle and Barry are friends? Is that what I just heard? Michelle and Barry are friends?
Jeremy.
Yes.
Oh, Jeremy. So Jeremy and Michelle are friends. Oh, awesome.
Yes, yeah.
Is that,
Also, he forgot to mention that I invited him on here today.
Does that just
So much for friends.
So much for friends. That's awesome.
I thought the judge would disqualify me somehow.
Oh, no, actually, I'm surprised he doesn't recuse
I see what he was doing there. I saw what he was doing.
Why is she not recusing herself?
Trying to keep my ethics together here. So
Yeah, your
Michelle and
feedback
I
has
know
to
each
stay
other.
non-partial.
Yeah, Michelle and I know each other both from the legal world because of her amazing company for which she provides services for my firm in the past and a lot of colleagues, and also from the Tony Robbins platform from UPW Miami, and then thereafter, and then UPW Tony's birthday party, of course, this past March, I think it was February, March.
That's amazing.
Michelle,
I am so glad that you're here because I got to tell you, just like seeing a familiar face, you know, for the first time when I'm like doing this all by myself, and like just to have a familiar face, like just like, oh, okay, there's someone else that's been around for a really long time that like knows all this. So I'm so glad that you're here. And so what's a fun fact about you?
Okay, fun fact. 1.5 years ago, I did a solo trip to Japan, and I got lost looking for a temple that I wanted to visit. And I ended up in a really cool looking building that ended up being the Asahi building. I walked inside because why not, right? Thinking maybe they have beer tasting in there. And they did. So I'm sitting on the top floor, drinking my beer and staring down across the river at the temple I was supposed to be at. And I had a way better view of the temple from where I was relaxing, drinking my beer.
oh my God.
And honestly, today is exciting because it's like real life happening here, and Bella trying to coordinate things, and Sean over there talking and on Tony Robbins' stage. This is actually a really exciting day.
Right? It's amazing. And you know what? A fun fact about me, I got to dance on Tony Robbins' stage a year ago, and I'm so glad I got to. And a fun fact about Bella is we did get to spend some time me with Bella is we spent some fun time a few weeks ago together. And we had some serious laughs with on another trip we were on with Sean. It looks like she's going someplace good. It looks like
there's things happening. Hold on one second.
Things happening. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen here, everyone. I have a feeling we are getting a good surprise. So really exciting. And Michelle, I'm glad you're here. I didn't have I know she created this outstanding company, Uber for Lawyers. And I wanted you to say the rest because I didn't want to botch anything up because I didn't have it, because she's such an amazing entrepreneur. And, I know that you've done a lot for all these law firms around the country. So I'd like law firms in mind. I'm going to have to send to you. And oh, by the way, everyone, I think you should put your info in the chat because you might want wine. You might want an Uber for Lawyers law firm. You might need Jeremy Tissot. You might want Barry Shore's fund. You might need Judith Cruz. Let's put everyone's info in the chat. And tonight at 7 p.m., you can come join us at a summit about what is the Real Raw, what is Unblinded all about, and it would be really awesome to have you. So I'm going to drop that info in the chat, and I think Bella's getting set up for everything. And let me just tell you about Bella real quick. She is the sales sorceress. Bella Burita started selling crafts on her front lawn at 8 years old. She then became a top income earner in a network marketing organization at 19. And by 24, she built a multiple 7-figure real estate company, becoming the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. Today, she's a CEO at Align Sales, the first female-led remote sales training and recruiting agency, and is devoted to helping women scale and create financial freedom through sales. In fact, she places more women in sales positions than anyone else in the country. And oh my gosh, you just changed the energy with your scenery, Bella. Woo, I love it.
I'm just going to hope because we were in the green room and now there's somebody else coming into the green room. So I'm just going to hope and pray that I don't get rained on because there definitely looks like there's a storm coming. So hopefully, there's all kinds of dynamics and things moving around, but at least I can be a little louder out here. But yeah, let's hope that it doesn't start raining on me because then it's going to be really entertaining for the day.
1 second, quick question. Bella, where in Nevada are you?
What's that?
Are you in Nevada right now?
No, sir. I am in West Palm Beach, Florida at the moment.
Okay. I thought
Yes.
you did stuff in Nevada. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no, I was in Nevada. I lived there for 17 years. And then are you ready for my fun fact, Barry? Now here it comes. Thank you so much, Gina, for being here. And if you'll just stick around for one moment, if you have the space availability, I know you asked, but I'm going to have you stick around just for a moment, just because, we don't know what this next few minutes is going to look like. So if you don't mind sticking around.
I'm excited. I'll stay as long as necessary.
Yeah. So fun fact about Bella is Bella Burita is not my first name. I actually legally changed my name about 5 years ago. And I went through some personal development work and really to lean into I was done with my mom.
You're going in and out, Bella. Oh no. You're frozen.
It looks like she's in the middle of a tropical storm.
Bella.
We need to send her good energy.
Bella.
Do you have me back? Am I back?
Let's try again,
Yeah.
Bella. Yeah, try again. Yeah, you're back.
Okay, awesome. So,
Oh no. Oh my goodness. We need Bella and her magic.
Okay, Gina,
Bella,
why don't you just keep going? She'll come back. Keep going.
She'll come back. Well, listen. Yeah, absolutely. She's gonna call back in if she has to. We're gonna handle it. We got some amazing people here today. So contestants are Jeremy and Judith and Michelle. What do you say? I guess you play role player, or I could play role player. We can maybe you can help out as sort of the Bella Shawn part, and I can play the role player. Should we try that?
Let's do it.
All right.
And yeah.
Let's
so
do
today, you want to go with the instructions like normal?
Yes, thank you. So here's how this is going to go. So Judith and Jeremy, you guys are going to each have three minutes each to go one round and create some emotional rapport. You want to go from hello to yes with whoever you make the role player to be. Usually it will be Bella, and if she can make it back on. If not, I will step in. And so you make the role player your perfect avatar. Oh, Bella, let's see if we can hear you. Uh-oh.
Hello.
Super spotty.
Hello. I'm gonna see if I can head back in because I think it's gonna start raining.
Oh, that one's a bit, you're better now, Bella. So I was just telling everybody how it's gonna go. So you'll make the role player your perfect, like say perfect avatar. It could be an avatar, a client. It can be, she can be Oprah or the president. If you wanna, your book to be on the best-selling, no Oprah's favorite things list or something like that. Whoever you want her to be, you can
Gina.
make her. And yeah.
Gina.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. I'm here.
I need to be.
I'm no Bella. You're on
quiet.
screen. You're on the You're. Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm what?
We can all hear. We can hear you. Yeah.
Fantastic.
We're all listening.
Okay, so since I need to be a little bit quieter, I'm gonna pop in as Sean. But if you don't mind sticking around and being the role player, are you good with that?
I'm good with that. For some reason, I thought you were calling me and whispering to me. Okay, now I.
Oh no.
Okay,
that's hysterical.
I will be
okay, so this is what it's gonna. Yes, so this is what it's going to look like is I'm going to actually have Gina step in and be your role player. So this is going to be, I think she might've been going into this. You're going to have free, did you already go over all this, it looks like?
Just a little bit, go ahead. Just a little bit, I just started that part.
So Jeremy and Judith are going to go head to head to see who has the most influence and the most gravitational pull. And what this is going to look like is you're going to be broken down into 2 3-minute conversations. So the first 3 minutes is really about building rapport, opening, listening, making that connection. And then Gina is going to have to take a phone call and she's going to say, I'm going to be right back. And then the judges are going to have some opportunity to get some feedback, and then we'll go into the second 3 minutes. And in your second 3 minutes, that's when you're going for your agreement formation to go from hello to yes. And this is not like, what does Sean always say, like Wolf of Wall Street, but this could be for just a longer meeting or a second meeting. This doesn't have to be the full deal. So does that sound good to everyone?
Is that clear, everybody?
So Judith, underneath this computer, I have a 1 or a 2. What do you think it is?
Okay, can you please repeat that for me? Unfortunately, I was unmuting the microphone on my phone.
Yeah, so underneath the computer, I have a 1 or a 2. What do you think I have?
2.
A 2?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say? You
2.
are correct. So you get to choose. Do you want to go first, or do you want to throw Jeremy under the proverbial bus and have him go first?
I'm not one to throw people under the bus, but this time, Jeremy, I'm sorry.
So
you're
Jeremy,
going first. You're going first, right?
No, you're going first.
So Jeremy, you're going to set Gina can be anyone you want her to be. She can be herself. She can be someone that you're looking to get you're going to be the longer meeting with. She can be whoever she want to be. So you want to set her up, and then as soon as you start going, then we'll set the timer.
Okay, do I have to tell her who she needs to be, or could she just
Yep.
that be in my mind?
Yeah, give me the scenario, just the quick who you want me to be.
Okay, so I'll start out with, this is a client, or potential client of mine, who has a very serious case and is very on the fence about whether or not they would want to hire my firm. They're very concerned about money and expenses in this very difficult COVID era. They're very concerned about their family and whether or not they're going to have enough money to live on with the business shutdowns, and they need my help. But also they're concerned about whether or not we're really going to be able to help them, and it's going to be worth the time and expense of that.
Okay.
Is this a
Awesome.
criminal case?
Let's take it in. Whenever
yeah,
you're ready, Jeremy.
let's go.
Okay. So hi, Gina. How are you today?
I'm doing
Hi
well.
there.
How
I'm
are
doing
you?
great. Thank you. Oh, actually, Judith, I'm going to be, so you play the next round. You're muted right
Okay.
now. Jeremy's
Okay,
doing
great.
his role play. So we'll start the clock again, guys. So I'm being a potential somebody you want to help with, and I'm ready to go when you are, Jeremy.
So Gina, I know it's been a very challenging year. It really has for all of us. And I think that even though some people have businesses where they've been able to succeed and provide services in this era, I understand that for you, this is not the case, and that, you know, we all have a lot of uncertainty and anxiety about what the future may hold amid shutdowns and this virus. Can you tell me a little bit about your background and about what your interests are in terms of how we could help you and really kind of move your life forward at this point, so that you don't have those fears and anxieties that we all have to some extent?
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I actually had just started a coaching business, and it was actually after a 24-year marriage ended in a high conflict divorce, and tried to figure out what I was going to do and be at that point in my life at 47. And as time went on, I was studying and learning from Tony Robbins. I decided to be a coach. And it was really right before COVID that I felt I was ready to launch. I'm writing a book along with it, and COVID hit, and just really I felt not ready. I wasn't going to make money. I wasn't able to connect with people. I didn't feel right about it. It was just a whole host of things going on. So, so that really hit me hard at the time. I needed to jump in and really dive in and make that fly. So,
Yeah, Gina, I'm hearing this from a lot of people, from clients, friends, colleagues, that they were looking forward to a year that looked like it was going to be amazing, and then they faced challenges and hurdles and obstacles. And so what we're about is trying to learn about your business and you as a person. Tell me about what you wanted to be this year in terms of where you saw yourself, and what your goal is to be, let's say, in 1 year from now. Where would you like to be? What would you like to have accomplished?
Oh, thank you for asking. I would like to have successful coaching programs, where I'm able to really help people through, especially if they've suffered grief and or difficult divorces, and getting people out of victim. That would be the coaching programs would have up to 60 people. I don't want to go more than that I would have for a year, along with one-on-one coaching and a successful book launch. And that was my goal for this year. And now, I'm looking at next year to make that happen. So how can you help me with that?
But that's so exciting. So tell me about this book launch. This is what you do is exactly what people need right now. Is they need this.
Shoot. You know what, Jeremy? I gotta jump right now. Can you?
Yeah.
Can we revisit this later?
Yeah. So let's talk about what is it that you can do, that you believe you can do to help people get through what they're going through right now? You're the person that can do that.
So Jeremy, you needed to take a quick call. So Gina needs to take a quick call, and we'll be right back.
Okay. Thank you.
Great job, Jeremy. How was that for you?
How was it for me?
Yes.
I can't. Yeah, it was a little challenging because I have to listen a lot, and a lot of times in my business, people expect me to speak, or at least I think they expect me to speak. And so what I tried to do there was to listen to what her business was really about and how she helps people and what her needs were.
Yeah.
And it presented a challenge to me to have to listen and try to absorb that.
Got it. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Judith, are you ready? Judith?
So Judith, you'll tell the scenario, and I'll be, whoever you want me to be.
Okay, so
are you ready? They'll start the clock after you.
I am ready. Let's say that
and
you are a buyer, I'm having some feedback. I'm sorry about that. That you are a buyer for a company like Christian Dior Cosmetics, and you are looking for a new natural product line to incorporate to your offerings right now.
Okay, excellent. Got it. Ready to roll?
Ready.
All right, let's start the clock. Okay, take us in.
Hi, Tina. This is Judith with Natural Care. We understand that according to some editorial that I read, that you're looking to incorporate a natural product line to your current offerings. What is it that you're looking for in a line, and what is the most important thing that these products should do with no chemicals?
Well, thank you. I'm really looking to put a line that is very pure, that is like organic, 100%. I know that can be difficult for companies. I would love it to be 100% organic, 100% vegan. I would love to, have that like triple checked, what's that, like third party tested, and making sure that it's all labeled correctly and people can trust it.
Got it. So you're looking for something that's sustainable. Not only is it sustainable, but it also offers you the 100% organic, and you want to be able to verify that the ingredients are organic.
Yep, and clean, and can sustain shelf life if that's a possibility. But that would be ultimately that's what I'm looking for. Is that what you guys are?
Yes, we actually our line is it's 100% organic, and not only are we eco-friendly, but we're also sustainable, meaning giving back and introducing back to the earth what we take out. So in essence, we are doing a service of not only using the organic ingredients, but also planting a tree, replacing it, and giving back to the people who are actually doing the work to provide us with the unique ingredient.
Oh, I love
now,
that. That's awesome.
Great. Vegan. There's a very big issue with all product being all vegan, because obviously some animal fats are needed for certain products. Now, if you wanted an 100% vegan product, it will not include any type of animal byproducts or fat, and it will not include any bees or beeswax or anything to do with honey. We've learned that the bees are important to the vegan community, so you cannot incorporate any of those ingredients in there. Now, have you had any thoughts of what you would want to replace them with?
Well, if you could, I haven't, but if you could label something vegan and bring the other both, create something that would have both, I'd be okay with that, with it being organic and all the other pieces in line that I'm looking for. Does that make sense?
Great. It does make sense. Now, you also mentioned third-party testing. Third-party testing by a specific lab, or are you referring to the organic organizations that deal with companies that only use products and materials that they could confirm that are organic?
Well, let me know. I have to take another call right now, so can we circle back later? Awesome.
Sure, we can.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, okay, how'd that feel for you? I'm going to step in as Bella right now because she's, yeah, how'd that feel? Thank you all for being patient with the technological difficulties. We'll get there. So let's just hear, what did it feel like? I'm sorry.
It felt like I needed to basically learn more, because Christian Dior products are all chemical derived products. So for a company to want to go 100% vegan, it was a little bit, it takes a little playing around, especially with honey being a big part of all the products that we make. So they're not 100% vegan. So that was one little thing. And the other thing is that I felt that their price points are a lot higher than natural products price points, and they do it just because of their brand name.
Okay, but I meant the role play itself. So we're going to go back to a second round, but first let's hear from our judges, and then let's see. So let's go with, how about Michelle first? Would you
Who do you want
step
me
in and
to?
share?
Yeah.
Do we do it? Yeah, let's do it after this round. We do one, right? Right, Michelle? Because I'm not always here, right? So it's the first round, and then the second round, we do a second round of judging as well, right? The two rounds we judge?
Exactly.
Or do we wait until both rounds are done? Okay, excellent. Go for it. There's Bella. She's coming back.
So
All right, I'm back.
All
Bella,
right.
yeah.
Bella, we are just about to start with the judges. Judith and I finished our first phone call, and Michelle is stepping in to share.
Awesome.
What do you need to?
No, that is good. I'm going to keep my video off because I think my internet might work better with the video off. So awesome. Michelle, take us in with Jeremy.
All right, Jeremy. Great rapport building all around. I thought that you really took your time to get to know what her situation was. There was good energy variances in the flow back and forth between like legal help and really just getting to the heart of the emotion of what was what's straining her in her life. The excitement at the end about her book was captivating. The one feedback I'll give you really quick, time integrity here. The one place I would have just gone in a little bit more is when she talked about her just coming out of like a really long marriage and starting a business at 47 years old. I would have said something like, 47 years old, starting a business, that's really brave and courageous, and just open up that that opening to making her feel good about herself for a split second in between all of the pain. Are we doing scores on this?
Yep. And your score for Jeremy is?
I'll give you a 9.
Awesome.
Great
job.
Really
and
great
for Judith.
Experiences. For Judith. Okay, so Judith, you know exactly what you're talking about. You know your information, and it is clear that you've done this before. This isn't your first rodeo. These are always hard with only 3 minutes. My feedback for you is I would have switched up a little bit more energy variances. So the tonality was steady throughout the majority of it. You asked a lot of questions. I would have just asked a little bit more to separate you from everybody else that calls and tries to do this. Why did you start? What got you in? What is it about you and your history? Where was it that you came to be so involved and caring for the environment and wanting only 100% organic products? That would be a great opening. Just set yourself aside from everybody else. And I'll give you an 8.5 and a half.
8.5 and a half. Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. And Chris, let's start with Jeremy.
Great. So I think great strategy there, Jeremy. You're obviously like trying to guide the conversation in a certain direction, which is good to have that game plan from the get-go. I would have maybe opened up first. Like, I noticed you're trying to get at like, all right, where are you trying to see yourself? Where are you trying to go? And I kind of try to get that initial conversation started in that direction. So that way you can find that big overarching goal that they're looking to achieve, and then figure out how your services or your product can align with that and help them achieve that. But overall, I thought you did well. As far as scoring wise, I'd give you a 7. And then moving on to Judith, I think you did an awesome job of positioning yourself and talking about the value you provide as far as your product goes. I would ask more open-ended questions in the beginning, and like, hey, tell me about your portfolio. Tell me about, what are you looking for your product? And then find those niches that you know that you have a product that can fill. Have her tell you what they're looking for, and then you provide that product or service into that niche or that space. So that way it just seems like a natural fit. And I will give you an 8.
Hold on. Nice. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Chris. And Barry, take us home.
Thank you, wonderful people. Jeremy, I am presuming that you know the following. The one who asks the questions is in control. It's always important to be there. It took you 42 seconds of an introduction for Gina to begin telling you what she's doing and things like that. It was an extremely important, wonderful point by Michelle that when she, if you're using listening, that when she mentioned 47, you could have listened and used that as a springboard to give her the true compliment that she deserved, that is brave and such. Excellent. However, you allowed her to go on and on and on about what she's doing. You didn't ask her questions. You need to ask her 2 specific questions when you begin that you need answered. One of them would be, how long you've been doing coaching? Another is, how many people have you coached? So that would be my take for you. In terms of scoring, okay, I'm not big on these kind of things. I would say you're medium. I'd say you're a medium.
On a scale from 1 to 10.
Yeah, I know, but I like medium. So I'll put him at a 6.78. How's that?
There you go. Awesome.
Thank you.
And for
Now,
Judith.
Wonderful. Judith, yes. Judith, I love what you do. My point to you is the same thing I mentioned to wonderful Jeremy. The one who asks the questions is in control. So what you want to really do, because it took you 30 seconds to get to the point in your first opening, but you did ask 2 quick questions, 2 good questions. What you didn't do, and I think Chris made a very good point with this, is you didn't ask, what is your portfolio now? Even if you know it, by the way. Matter of fact, you should know it. If you're talking to the buyer, you should know exactly what they're buying and why are they buying. Remember, everybody knows Simon Sinek, why, which is what Michelle answered, or Chris answered. Why are you in this, Judith? Oh, well, I'm in this because I used to be something, and I got out of bed when I started using organics, and now I own the company and whatever it is. But point is, you need to know their portfolio, and you should have mentioned to the buyer, I presume you've been to my website and you know all about us, right? Now, if the person was an idiot,
and what's your score, Barry?
My score, she's also a medium, so she gets a 6.81.
6.81. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Are we ready for round 2? This is where you're going for the yes. This is where the agreement formation happens. So are you ready? So we're going to go in
Jeremy, round 2.
We're going to go in reverse direction. And so we will start with Jeremy. Jeremy, take us in.
Okay.
Yeah, so Gina, we're back. And I want to ask you a question about what it is, why you came to me, and what you feel like we could do for you to make it easier in these very difficult times for us to reduce your anxiety and get you to the place where you can get that book going and move forward with this amazing business where you're helping people. What is it that you saw about us that we could change your life for you, hopefully, in the next year?
Well, I just heard from a friend that you helped her with
Gina,
her business.
I'm going to interrupt.
Yeah.
We have to leave the building, and I'm going to lose internet, so I'm going to let you take this home, sister.
Okay. All right.
I will try to get back on if
Gotcha.
I can, but I may lose you. Yeah.
Okie doke. All right. So, okay, so let's go back into it, Jeremy. Well, so I heard from a friend that you guys were able to, let's start the clock. Yeah, there we go. That you were able to help her with her early business, her programs. And I wanted to actually know more about how you do that.
Right. Well, so what we can do for you is not only can we handle the legal aspects of things, but we can handle some of the concerns that you have in these times about, is there going to be communication? Is there somebody who's going to be compassionate and be there for me to answer the phone, to answer texts and emails, and to kind of help me through this stage where I may need some guidance that's a little bit different from what everybody else is providing? And is there anything that you've heard about what we offer and what my services are that makes you think that you would like to today make a decision to sign on with us and allow us to be your guide through the toughest of times to bring you to the highest point in the mountain in your business?
Well, yeah, it sounds like I think all those things you said sound really important to me, and I'm just unclear because it's been such a crazy. I'm just sort of trying to put all these pieces together, and what you do sounds good. And it's really important to me that I'm able to step into this and make it successful. It was a long road in my life before, and this is all new, and I would love to hear, to love your guidance and what your company does to help me move forward.
Yeah, and I think that what we have here is a connection where we've done well with clients like you in circumstances where they have such a great idea and such great energy, but they've stalled out a little bit during this difficult time with the closures and some of the challenges that businesses face. And so I've seen that you have overcome obstacles over and over again. You started something at a point in your life where it can be very challenging. And so we love to work with clients like you. And I think we can do this together because we want to face the challenges. And this is what we do best at my firm, is we face challenges in difficult times. So can we do this together and work together to make 2021 incredible and get this book done?
That sounds great. Thank you so much. I'm definitely looking forward to our next meeting. Let's do it.
Nice job. I'm still here.
She's still here.
Woo! Yay. Found solutions. Awesome. Great job, Jeremy. Judith, are you ready? I am not able to hear you.
Yes, I am ready.
All right, Judith, take us in.
Well, Gina, I just want to tell you a little bit about what Natural Care is and where it came from. Natural Care has been in the forefront of the beauty business for the past 6 years. We launched and all of a sudden integrated new lines to our products. And with these products, we've learned that skincare is your biggest organ. And if your customers are so interested in their beauty regimen and the condition of their skin, and now they want to turn natural, I think that you should definitely look into our product lines and how well they've done in the past under our brand, and we could definitely private label whatever you need. Now, did you guys have in mind the timeline when you're looking to launch this new natural line?
Well, can we get it done within the year?
Actually, I have already all the research done. So it's just a matter of getting a meeting together where we could just sit into what the production schedule would be like and have formulations be put together so that you could test them and send you some samples, and you let us know if it works for you or if it needs some tweaking. And just so you know, all of our products have a 2-year shelf life with no real chemical preservatives.
Oh, that sounds great.
So are you thinking that this is something that you want to move forward with? Is this, do you have any additional questions that I can answer? Or what exactly was the first product you had in mind when you thought about creating a natural line?
Well, I wanted to create a natural line because it's super important to me. And
no, I need internet. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Thanks, Belle. And I was thinking of face creams, body creams. I lost a child to cancer many years ago, and I know how important skincare. I know the effect it had probably on my body when I was pregnant with her, and when she was 3, she was diagnosed with leukemia. So I know that was a very important thing to me, and I've been working on it in this company now, trying to get it launched, get something good for us to launch. And so yeah, I would like to learn more.
Definitely. What we'll do is we'll put a package together and send it over to you along with the contract and all the information regarding production. And we could start getting this ready as soon as you tell me that you're in love with the formulations and that you'll know that they're 100% natural and that they're not chemically derived products that can cause cancer like you were affected. So I'm sorry to hear about that. So
thank you. Nice. Thank you. Yeah.
I will say that I'll send you all the information and we could get started right away.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Nicely done. So Judith, let me, because, obviously I'm like, bouncing in and out and all around here. So let me understand this correctly. What is it that you were going to Hello to Yes with Gina in regards to?
What we were doing, she was actually playing a buyer for a company called Christian Dior Cosmetics that has all chemical products. None of them are natural. So I was trying to pitch her an all natural line to add to their current portfolio of products.
Okay, so Gina was someone who worked with Christian Dior.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
She's a buyer.
Okay. She's a buyer for Christian Dior, and you want her to bring in your line.
Yeah. Create one specifically for them with our formulations. Yeah.
With your formulation. Okay. Awesome. 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 Thank you for that setup. So what we'll do here is we'll drop in with a little formula magic trick here, going from hello to yes. And then I'm going to turn it back over to Gina to finish out with our scores. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Are you ready for this? So Gina,
yes.
I'm going to have you continue to play the who you were, and we're gonna give some examples of the formula. Sound good?
Sounds awesome. Got it.
Okay, awesome. Hi, Gina. This is Judith. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Thank you,
Judith. Where are you from?
Yeah, I know that you are super, super busy, Gina, and I'm only going to take up a few minutes of your time because I'm sure you have people calling you all the time, wanting to pitch their products. So thank you so, so much for taking a few minutes with me here today.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
No problem.
And so obviously, we're in the natural product space. And so I'm curious for you, has natural products, has that been something that you've been interested in the past? Is that something that has been of interest to you guys?
Absolutely. Yes.
It
Me
has.
Specifically for sure in my company wanting to get that to happen.
And why has that been important to you? Why is that something that's kind of on the front of your mind?
Well, it's been something I've been working towards since my daughter died of a rare leukemia many years ago. And I really felt with all my heart that the lotions and potions, I found out later that when babies are born, they were born with hundreds of chemicals in their body as a result of the things we put on our skin as moms. And so in my role here, it's been one of my biggest passions to bring to light in the world and to change skincare to get the right. So that's why.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let me just, let you know how sorry I am to hear about your daughter and her leukemia. So I'm imagining, that must be tough. So thank you so much for sharing that moment with me. And I can now understand why it is so important to you. When you guys are thinking about a natural product line, what is it specifically, that you guys are looking for? Like, what is most important for you?
What's most important is really that it's organic, that it's been as I would love it to be. I love the idea of a vegan product. It doesn't necessarily have to be. If it's 100% organic and it's clean and, there's not cancer, known ingredients that actually are linked to cancer. That is really important to me. Yeah. And that it works and that it has shelf life.
Got it. And so
a company like mine can back it with pride and integrity.
So pride, integrity, all natural products, like these are all things that are important to you.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you so much. And are there any other, brands or products that you guys have looked at in the past?
There were a couple, none that I was fully committed to. I'm looking for the right one, the right fit.
And so what do you think with those other ones that you have looked at that like it hasn't been the right fit? What do you think it is about them that makes them not the right fit?
Some of them had very limited products. I'd like to hear more about how many products you have in your line and how, there was limitations there with just a couple skin creams maybe, and maybe some blush. I would like a full line that we can launch. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
what I'm hearing is, something that is vegan, that's friendly, integrity based, and that can give you a full product line. That's what's important to you.
Yes.
Gotcha. So, Gina, that's definitely, is it okay if I share a little bit about myself and what we do?
Yes, please do. Yes.
Yes. So, you know, we have a natural product line that we have been developing for several years. And one of the things that's most important to us as well is integrity, that it is vegan, that we're able to, you know, use only products and materials that you can get from the earth. And we have developed a full product line so that we can be a full service line. And so I know, you know, we have a limited time here, but, you know, would you have maybe, can we schedule a longer conversation where I might be able to show you our full product line, all of the ingredients? We are a 100% clean company, that we have full product line, and then we are integrity-based company. Is that something that you would be interested in?
Yes, definitely. I would like to hear more.
Awesome. Fantastic. Woo!
Yeah.
You made it, Bella. Woo!
I made it.
So glad.
How was that for you, Judith? How was that for you?
That was good. I think that, you know, in the gist of trying to put all of the information in one block, I think you miss a certain point. So I think slowing down a bit more would be a little bit more helpful for me.
Awesome. All right, Gina, I'm going to turn it back to you for the final scores from the judges.
One moment.
No. We're not ending it, Barry. We're not ending it.
No, I
Bella
understand, but I
jump.
want to mention something about what Bella did.
Okay.
It's very important. Do you remember what I said to you when I first spoke before? The one who asks the questions is in control. Did everybody notice what Bella was
hey guys,
doing?
Barry, I'm gonna interrupt because they need me in the car. So I just I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna turn it back over to Gina, and then Gina, make sure everybody's invited for Monday night, okay?
100%. That's
all right. Thanks.
Yep, got it.
Bye.
You got it. And Barry, don't worry, she can watch. She's gonna watch the rest of it later. So you can, whatever you were gonna finish saying, you why don't you go first? You can be our first up judge here, and let's kind of try to get everybody going.
You want me to be
within
the
a few minutes
first
here.
on Jeremy or on Judith? Let me make sure.
On both. So we're going back to the Jeremy and Judith role plays.
Right.
Yes, on their second round.
Let the clock go.
Second
Ready?
round. Yep.
Go.
Clock is about to go.
Okay, wonderful. Jeremy, you listened. You started with questions. Bravo. Hello. However, I'm going to share with you something. You mentioned the word us a couple of times. You mentioned the word we many times. You mentioned the word they a number of times. You mentioned the word you 11 times. You mentioned her name once. The most important, most beautiful sound in any language is someone's name. It is very important to do it at least, you can't hear me?
No, I can't. I'm just saying it's great. It's a great point.
At least 3 times in any conversation. But it has to be natural. I mean, you got to practice it, but it needs to be natural. So the other point is when she gave you the softball, you didn't hit it out of the park. She said, a friend. Wah! A friend recommended. Now, what you could have said is, that is so wonderful. I'm so honored. I'm humbled. Do you remember who the friend was? She'll probably say no, because most people don't remember those things. It doesn't matter. What you never mentioned to her is, by the way, this is how we work. It's $1,000 up front as a retainer, but here's what you're going to get for that. You're going to get a $50,000 worth of stuff. And the other thing is, I didn't realize that you were trying to help her write a book. I thought you were an attorney. So I don't understand at the end what you said about, great, we're going to get your book done. Okay, you left me someplace. So again, I give you a medium. You're a 6.81 instead of 6.78 last time. Judith, bravo. You listened and you started. But however, I'm going to share with you something. You ready? You started by saying, I want to tell you. That's what I wrote it down. It's all about reframing things and asking questions. Would you like to know? Now, if she says no, say, gee, how come? And she says, well, most people say yes, just because they're pleasant. Would you like to know? And nobody ever, even Bella didn't ask this. You all focused on natural. That's great. That's a given. What you want to talk about is the results. Results. you'll feel younger. People who use our stuff do this, this, and this, and this. And here's by the way, would you like to see some case studies? This, in other words, our stuff is so good. Vegan, we are it. But the results are what really people come back and buy again and again. They keep buying. And by the way, are you the decision maker? You never asked that question. You want her to sign a contract. Thank you. Bye.
Outstanding.
Oh,
Thank
she
you,
gets
Barry.
she gets a 6.92.
Okay. Thank you, Barry. All right. Next up, let's have Chris share.
Hey, so first off, for Jeremy, appreciate. I liked how you started off and asking a big kind of open-ended question. I think it just might have been a little bit too complex because you kept like adding some things onto the question and kind of like leading like, hey, would you like to, remove all of your anxiety and like get this whole big thing accomplished and so on, and ended up asking a question that was like 30 or 45 seconds long. And so I was just trying to focus on breaking that question down to smaller chunks. And as you ask each question, just you're continuing to progress them along that sales line, getting them closer and closer to that yes. And then I would also, you brought up like, hey, I know you're feeling anxious and all this, feeling concerned about next year and all this stuff. While we know that that's what they're feeling, in my experience, I found like you want to kind of focus more so on the positives, which you start to do at the end of the call, and kind of shifted the conversation to like, hey, let's crush 2021. And so it's good to acknowledge how they're feeling, how you think they're feeling, but only if like, they say that that's how they're feeling, or that's how, they're bringing something up. So overall, good call. I won't ramble on here too much more, but I give you a 7 for the second part. Judith, I think you did an awesome job. I really liked your question about the timeline, because that gets, questions, going. All right, when are we talking, like, as far as the product goes? Are we talking now? Are we talking in, 6 months? And then I loved how you're like trying to open up the relationship of, hey, can I send you some samples? Like let's set up another call. Like it's not, can I close the sale today, but can I open up a relationship today and open up the opportunity to do business with you in the future? And so I think, and I also like how you, you started talking about like, she was already a yes. Like you're making the assumption that she's going to say yes. That's like the best way to get people to subconsciously say that they're going to say yes to the call. And then last thing I would just say, I think it's already been talked about, but when she brought the whole thing about having her kid die of cancer, that's just a good opportunity to continue to build that rapport, acknowledge how she's feeling and kind of that concern that she has, and how that affects the business decisions that she's going to make. Overall, I give you a 9.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Chris. So, Michelle, last but certainly not least, Michelle Echibaron.
Okay. So we're all kind of default stuck in our own energy. We all communicate in different languages. Like I communicate in Michelle language, and the person I'm talking to, Gina, you'll communicate in Gina language. So it's up to us to learn how to communicate in that person's language rather than our own default energy and language. So that's just like an important aspect of this whole thing that I think. Jeremy did a really good job in understanding that there is obviously some anxiety, noted that, and then did change the energy. Obviously there's like legal stuff involved. So, I mean, you don't want to give like too much on something like this, because what if you take something as legal advice? So you did say I'm unclear, and that meant I need specifics, but there could be something other involved where he couldn't give too many specifics, because who knows how that might be construed in, legal world. So taking that into consideration, I'm going to give Jeremy an 8.3.5. Judith, same thing. And again, like questions. You ask the right open question, you find out the person's mission, their passion, and their purpose. And just like that one question for Gina, you get everything: her mission, her passion, her purpose. That's her daughter. It was kind of just like went straight over through that and into the product. And I won't say that's opportunity. I'll say that's just basic human compassion to stop and say, I feel you, I hear you. Like, I'm so sorry. So I wouldn't think of it as an opportunity, but more of just like a compassion thing, to say I'm stopping with the product piece right now. But other than that, like, really great. You're really informative. The energy is wonderful all around. I think everybody here did an amazing job today. I'm gonna give you also an 8.3 and a half.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. And I'll say I agree with everything you said, Michelle, and everyone. And just that moment to be able to find the emotional rapport where I got quiet. I think it was with you, Judith. We were doing role play, and I was just waiting to see if you felt the access that I was opening, like why this is important to me. And that, I think that was on, I'm not sure if that was our first one or the second one, but anyway, so does that make sense? Like, you hear an opening, then if you can go figure out, that's like an access point to we call it level 5 listening, where you're actually hearing something behind what they're saying that you can go deeper and ask more, but you can still move you can still, this is obviously, you have only had 3 minutes to do it. So we know that's a short time, but to move the next to the next step and have another conversation. So does that make sense?
It does make
All right.
sense. Thank you so much. I appreciate the feedback.
Yes, I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that this is a kind of a unique platform for me, because I spend a lot of time on communication skills and trying to develop connection. But I've learned from each of the judges here something new today about, and a lot of this applies, directly not just to my marketing of my law firm, but to my communication with clients and juries. And each of you told me something today, and it comes from a different perspective too, because it's coming from kind of more of an influence and sales perspective. And so I want to thank everyone, because I learned something that came from a non-legal world today, and it's really quite interesting, because I'm going to apply some of this. Thank you to each of you.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, thank you for that. That's exactly what we're about here.
By the way, Jeremy, your what you just said is fraught with very deep emotion. I was involved with the legal world for many, many years. And what they don't teach in law school, and more is the pity, is the ability to listen and communicate. Michelle, 3 words that you said touched me very deeply. I mean, I know you use them regularly, and this is part of your personality: mission, purpose, and passion. And it's really important to learn how the other person communicates and to be on that wavelength. Absolutely beautiful. And Chris,
absolutely,
thank you for your insights and wonderfulness. And look at that smile. Judith and Jeremy, wow, look at Gina glowing. This has been truly wonderful. Thanks.
And Barry is a force. Wow.
Yeah.
By the way, wow, Michelle. Yeah. Wow stands for words of wonder.
Woo! Outstanding. And with that, we have had a lot of words of wonder here today, and I don't want to hold anybody up this has been so magic and so fun. And thank you for that, Barry. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for those kind words. Jeremy, Chris, thanks for being here, and for all of you sharing and stepping up here. We had a lot of fun. Let's definitely, if anyone wants to come to our event tonight, there's a summit at 7 p.m. You're going to get to hear Sean. He's going to talk about the magic of what this is doing for people in their lives, the magic of the unblinded results formula.
By the way, that's 7 p.m. Eastern, correct?
Eastern, yes. And I dropped the registration in the chat. Oh.
Yeah, okay. By the way, can we do a group hug?
Yes, group hug.
1, 2, 3.
All right, you guys, I want to say thank you to Michelle for bringing me on, and just a plug for her Attorneys in Motion, amazing company. All of you guys are great. You inspired me. I have great energy to go on with my day. Thank you, and happy holidays.
Nothing personal, Jeremy. Didn't mean to throw you under the bus.
That's how we go here. Don't worry about it, Judith. Good luck to everybody. Take care. Have a great night. Hopefully see you tonight on the summit.